Good evening, everyone. Jai Hind, one and all. Thank you for being here with us today for the first session of Google Educator Group Nashik. I think someone's mic is unmute. It will be nice if it is on mute. Thank you. So, thank you for being here with us today for the first session of Google Educator Group Nashik. And the topic for the today is 7 habits of highly effective teachers. The session expert is Miss Preeti Sonar ma'am, who is a great educationist, author, trainer, and motivational speaker. We extend a warm welcome to our guest speaker for today, Miss Preeti ma'am. In this session, we all will learn principles, quality habits of teachers, and much more. Preeti ma'am is a recipient of prestigious awards like Adarsh Shikshak Rashtriya Darpankar शिक्षक सम्राट पुरस्कार सावित्रीबाई गौरव राष्ट्रीय पुरस्कार by अखिल भारतीय पत्रकार संघ. She is also been awarded Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan Award and Samaj Bhushan Puraskar. Ma'am also is a recipient of Outstanding Poetess Award by Gokhale Education Society. Preeti ma'am has trained 6,000 plus students across India to develop their resilience in this pandemic situation. Not only students, but ma'am has also trained more than 1,000 teachers for skill development. Preeti ma'am has not only authored 2 books but also co-authored 2 others. She has published many articles in reputed journals and newspapers. She has been a resource person for more than 50 events. We are glad to have you with us today, ma'am. Over to you, Preeti, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Jayashree ma'am. Uh, it's a great privilege to uh, be a part of such noble cause that you have started with. And without wasting much of the time, we'll begin with the session. And I request teacher educator who is sharing the screen to kindly share the screen so that we can start.
Yes, Seema, ma'am.
Can we go to the next slide, please? Yes. So the topic is already disclosed by Jayashree ma'am. 7 habits of highly effective teachers. I am sure we all must have read this book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, which is written by Stephen Covey. A very popular book, right? Now what the time when I read this book, I was so impressed by this book, and then I started thinking, can we relate all these habits to the profession of teaching? And I thought, yes, why not? And I started exploring more about it, and that is how I came up with certain experiences, certain through a lot of discussions, brainstorming with experts, I came up with some modules or some of the things that I'm going to present with you. So please do not treat me as an expert. I am a team member just like you. So let's move to the next slide, ma'am. Yes. Let us have an interactive session. And here I come up with the first question to you all. What is the best gift that you have received till today? In the last workshop that I conducted with one of the school, I asked this question, so I really came up with good answers, like a sir said that he received a good wristwatch from his wife. And am I audible? Am I audible properly,
Yes,
ma'am?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay, great. So I wish to know if you all can tell me in the chat box, or some of you can tell, you can unmute your device and tell me what is the best gift that you have received till date. Yes, anybody? Rakhi, would you like to answer? Okay. Okay, let me.
Yes, ma'am. My daughter.
Okay, great. Your daughter. That's nice. So yes, let's talk with each other. Come on, teachers. Anyone else? Your daughter is the best gift that you have received from. Yes, till date. Very good. Very nice. That tells me that you must be proud of your daughter. That's good. Yes, others? Anyone else who wants to answer? Or you can answer in the chat box also. I have kept the chat box open on one side. Yes?
Ma'am, parents are the best gift.
Okay. Okay. Amreen, it is for you, it is parents. Very good, beta. Keep it up. Okay.
Every day is a
Level.
gift for me because every day comes wrapped with new things for me.
Yes, Rifat ma'am. Very nice. Let's go to the next slide to see what Rifat ma'am has said. Yes, your what you have responded, ma'am, is absolutely correct. My dear friends, what we have received, the best gift that we see, we have received, we are blessed with so many good relations, but the best gift that we have received from God till date, it is life, isn't it? Now, when I say life is the best gift that we have received till date, then what is important in this life? If this life is so precious, then what is important in life? Anybody can unmute and say, please? Yes?
To enjoy it and to make it more effective.
Okay, very good. To make it more effective, Kalpana ma'am, right? I would like to read, yes, I have silently read in my mind what Shivangi ma'am has written. Shivangi ma'am, a lot of appreciation to your efforts. Okay. Coming back to the question, why do you think, what should we do with our life if Kalpana ma'am has said we have to make it more effective? I will add to what Kalpana ma'am has said just now. We need to fill our life with the fuel of passion, isn't it? And maybe that is the reason why today at 5 p.m. we all have gathered on this platform, online platform, where we are going to sharpen our skills, where we are going to interact with each other, and where we are going to learn from each other. So once you are clear that your life is precious, and when you find out the reason why you are born, when you find out the passion, I think that will be the right time when you will get your mission. So let us, decide from today that if there is a mission and passion in your life, it is very nice. And if you still are finding it out, then I think today, through today's session, you will be in a better position to finalize that. Let's go ahead. Yes. I'm not here to tell you what habits are, because we all know what habits are. But then at the same time, let us do a small activity. I hope you all are sitting with a paper and a pen. So I want you all to list down any 5 habits that you want to quit. You are unable to quit, but then you wish to quit. Don't disclose. I will not ask you to disclose, but still I would suggest, if you can write it down right now on your notepad, what are the habits that you want to quit? And if there is any volunteer who can share only 1 or 2 habits that you want to quit, and on the other hand, you also write down what are the habits that you want to continue. And I will need one volunteer who will share with us what are the habits that she or he wishes to quit, and some volunteers who will discuss, and the same volunteer maybe can discuss what are the good habits, or some habits that he or she wants to sustain, want to keep. I'll give you 1 minute for this. Think, because I'm sure if I list down, I will have 100 habits that I want to quit. Okay, very good. We have started getting responses in the chat box also. So Pooja says, wish to quit outside food. packed food totally. Want to keep the habit of reading and learning. Very good, Pooja. Okay. Thanks for sharing. See, it needs a lot of courage to share. Okay, okay, okay. We have one more response. Alifia says comparing ourselves with others. I think this is what she wants to quit. Ruchi says she wants to quit on shyness. Maybe okay. Maybe she wants to build more confidence. Okay, very nice. Okay, so anybody who wants to unmute the device and wants to share before we proceed. Okay, okay. Rifat ma'am wants to stop overthinking. Okay, thanks for sharing, ma'am. Shariyu ma'am says, I want to quit my anger, possessiveness towards certain persons in life. Okay, thanks for sharing, ma'am. As I said, it needs a lot of courage to share it. Yes, my dear friends, we all have certain habits that we want to quit at certain moment of time, but then, there is some kind of resistance from our own mind, and unfortunately we are unable to quit them. But remember, until and unless we don't remove, or we don't eliminate those habits, we will not develop good habits, or we will not concentrate on good habits. So what I want you all to do today is, out of those 5 that you have written down, you choose only one bad habit, or something that pinches you, something that is disturbing you, and something that you want to remove from your life. Only one, and try that continuously for 21 days, because scientifically also it is proved that if you practice continuously 21 days for something, that becomes your habit. So if you want to increase, if you want to be a good reader, start reading every day consistently for a particular period of time. It will become your habit, because we strongly believe that once you change your habits, those good habits which you adopt and those bad habits that you quit is going to change your life. So if you are going to transform your personality with good habits, let's have it. So what are these habits that if we imbibe in ourselves, it will help us to be an effective person, something that Kalpana ma'am has rightly touched upon. Let's go ahead, ma'am. Yes. So here we come up with habit number 1. We will see the name of the habits are same, but I will give you examples from our field, that is education. Habit number 1 says be proactive. Okay, now before talking about what is the meaning of being proactive, let us accept one thing, that whatever we are today, whatever you are today, it is because of the choice that you have made in your life. So if I will not be wrong if I say it is our choices that decides our life. So somewhere in your life, if you decided that yes, with my career, with my profession, I will continue my education so that I will have a bright career in education. Somewhere if you have made that choice and you have sacrificed, you have compromised on some of the things that that you actually loved, but then because you wanted to grow, you are successful today in your career. Okay, if you are physically fit, then somewhere, yes, you made a choice that I'll go for a walk every day. If you have upgraded your knowledge, if people know you because of your knowledge in the field of education, the knowledge that you have in pedagogies of education, that is because somewhere you made a choice that you will participate in FDPs, that is faculty development program, refresher courses, and a number of MOOC, that is massive open online courses and all, right? So yes, whatever choice you make in your life, that decides whether you will be happy or you will be not, whether you will be successful or you will be not. So remember, always try to make a right choice. Let's go ahead, ma'am, to the next slide, please. Yes. Now, when I talk about 2 type of people, when I talk about this particular habit, I am concentrating on 2 personalities. People with proactive behavior or proactiveness, and people those who are reactive. Now what are these things? When I say A is proactive and when I say B is reactive, I want to say that A takes responsibility of his or her actions. That means, let's take an example and let us make it more simple. So if there are results that are out and results are not as per the expectations, okay, बहुत खराब results आ गए हैं, A who is proactive will say or may say that I take the responsibility for my class. Maybe somewhere I need to analyze my teaching methodology, I will improve on. Whereas Mr. B may say, who is reactive, may say, students have not done their studies properly. And because of that, because of their misbehavior, because of indiscipline, they have scored less. So I hope, the meaning of proactive and reactive, this distinction is very important to understand. So you need to take responsibility of everything. So if the class is misbehaving, is not paying attention, in your class, that is not because this is my personal opinion. I don't feel that is because students, there is some problem with students. Somewhere we need to analyze that our methodology, or we are unable to sustain their attention, or we are unable to grab and sustain their attention for a longer period of time. So somewhere we need to concentrate on improving the classroom management strategies. So these proactive people always believe in the formula of resilience, that I can. So if let's take another example. So if there is a portfolio which is very difficult, if there is a subject which is very challenging, these proactive people will always go for it. Why? Because they want to try, and until and unless you don't try, you are not going to get something extraordinary, right? And whereas reactive people will always give excuses. Okay, so what are we saying? That if you are a proactive teacher, or rather you should concentrate on becoming a proactive teacher. Okay, let's go ahead, ma'am. Okay, now the second habit is begin with the end in mind. We should remember that things are always created twice. One, mentally, and the second time, physically. So when I say things are created for, let's take an example, your lesson plan. You think of a topic and you write down your lesson plan later on, isn't it? So similarly, whatever you are doing, whether it is your lesson plan, whether it is your year plan, whether you're planning an event, you first plan it in your mind, and then you prepare your event agenda and everything. So that means whatever is your goal, keep that goal clear in your mind. So if we have few educators who are, or few team leaders in our session today, this is my humble request to everybody. Even if you are educators or your student teachers, your vision and mission of the organization should be at the tip of your tongue. Plus, you need to understand it. Because once you are clear with your institution's mission and vision, you will be clear about your role. You will be clear about what you want to actually achieve after 5 years, after 10 years. Let me give you an example. In the year 2017-19, we had a goal that we wanted to achieve that gold medal. We wanted to have a university ranker from our college. So once we finalized that goal, we had lot of plan, we had a strong plan of action which was backed up by a lot of activities for elite students. So we formed an elite students group, and then we performed a lot of activities, and we gave special attention, special lectures, extra inputs to those students. And yes, in 2019, so that was that time B.Ed was for 2 years. So in 2019, we achieved that gold medal, and what happiness it gave at that particular period of time. So if your goal is holistic development, plan your activities accordingly. So whatever as per your mission, vision is your goal, plan activities accordingly and have a follow up. Are you going in the right direction? Let's go ahead, ma'am. This is very important, and especially why? Because we are multitaskers. We want to do everything, isn't it? We want to attend trainings, we want to take best of lectures, we want to prepare everything on time, and we have household responsibilities as well. We have a lot of functions to attend, this and that, so many things. So क्या करे, टाइम तो नहीं बदलने वाला है, टाइम उतना ही है. So everybody, whether you're rich, whether you're poor, whether you are principal, whether you are a coordinator, or whether you are a fresher, for every individual time is the same. And that is the reason why time management is most essential. And this habit talks about putting first thing first. You should prioritize your things. You should know what is urgent and what is important. So I have few personal tips that I have tried to implement in my life, and I think they definitely work. So what are they? The first is, whenever you are reaching to your office, try to reach to your school, your college, wherever you work, before time, at least 15 to 20 minutes before. Why? Because that gives you an extra time to plan for the day. Once you plan your once you reach your workplace beforehand, you can prepare a list of the things that you have to do, or that you need to take follow up of. And once you start executing those things, you need to put that tick, whether you do it in soft form, whether you do it in hard form, but that diary or that document needs to be updated every day. Second important thing I think that works is zero backlog. Now what is the zero backlog mechanism? Zero backlog mechanism means no pending work. That day work should be completed that day only. So if you have to stay a little longer, if you have to do it at home, it is fine for 1-2 days, but trust me, once it will become your habit, you will become little bit more smart of completing that thing on time. And even if there is an audit and any kind of processes are there, any kind of notebooks are there, if you have followed zero backlog mechanism, your things will not be, you will not have any kind of pending work. If you don't have money, you can borrow money, but if you don't have time, you cannot borrow. I can't say, Jayashree ma'am, give me your time, right? Because every individual has limited time. But see, people, those who are successful, they have importance of even a single microsecond. Why? Because they know time जो चला गया वो कभी वापस नहीं आने वाला है. So start respecting your time, and always believe that you have to have zero backlog mechanism in your personal life as well as in your institution's list. Let's go ahead, ma'am. Yeah, this is also very important. Okay, this habit says always think win-win. हमेशा आपको क्या सोचना है, खुद के बारे में नहीं यार. Let us be open-minded and let us think about everybody else. So what has happened, our upbringing is done in such a way that we are always taught, we are born and brought up in a world where there is a lot of competition, hai na? That there is cutthroat competition, and you have to win, and if you have to win, then you have to do this, that. Whenever we had to participate in a competition, our parents always used to say that you have to come first, I'll give you this if you come first, this and that. So what has happened over a period of time, that we have started believing in the word competition somewhere in our subconscious mind. But what is important is, now there has to be a paradigm shift from the world of competition, from the word of competition, to the word which is very beautiful, which is cooperation. Somebody gave me a very beautiful example the other day. What if of our body, what if heart says, my work is more important, my function is more important, and what if the brain says, no, my function is more important. And what if they start competing with each other and one of them says, chalo, let me stop for a few seconds and let me see if the body functions without me. What will happen? So what is important, our body is an excellent example which says that how beautifully different organs, body organs, they cooperate with each other, isn't it? So when we are working either as an individual, even if as an individual in an organization, we need to work as a team. See, take example of family. We all are so different when we are living in a family. Our personalities are different, but still we respect each other's diversity, isn't it? So it's very important. There is a small story, balloon story. Actually, this is something which was done with us when we were doing a course. So let me share that story. What happened is one of our trainer came to our room and said that he had few balloons in his hand, and he said that whoever is left with the balloon at the end is going to win. Imagine and he gave us 1 minute time. So we all had in our hand those balloons, and we all started running because we thought, अरे क्या हो जाएगा अगर कोई मेरे पास आ जाएगा मेरा balloon फोड़ देगा. मुझे तो ज़्यादा डर लगा. And at the same time there were many among us जिन्होंने पिन से, nails से वो balloons को फोड़ना शुरू कर दिया. What happened at the end was really surprising. So we had only one balloon left at the end of a girl who was tall in our group, and and she was declared as winner by all of us. Okay, and the trainer said that I gave you the instruction in the beginning, and the instruction was जिसके पास भी balloon last में बचेगा वो winner होगा. लेकिन हम लोगों ने बिना सोचे बिना जाने एक दूसरे के पास जाकर वो बलून फोड़ना शुरू कर दिया. अगर सबके पास भी बलून आखिर में बचता तो भी सभी विनर होते. But I told you, somewhere that feeling of competition is there, right? Now this particular habit actually tells us that if I start thinking of lose-win situation, so this means I lose and you win. That is also foolishness, isn't it? Why will I lose and why I want only others to win? It also talks about a situation where I may say win and lose. So I win and you lose. So then that will be created into a competition. But as an educator, as a leader, and as the head, we need to understand that when I from illness word is replaced with we, even illness converts or becomes wellness. So we need to stop thinking, win, lose or lose, win. And we need to think of a situation of events where we are treating everybody equally and where we are thinking about win-win situation. So this is especially applicable to leaders. Why? Because many times leaders need to understand that when teachers are working in the organization, in the schools, they are spending so much of time. That time those leaders need to help those teachers to achieve their individual goals as well as organizational goals. So see, they are already employed to achieve organizational goals. But what is important is that वो जो मदद का हाथ होता है, जो तप होता है, that word of appreciation is very important for individuals' goals as well. And it works when you start helping your team members to achieve their individual goals. You start realizing that they are working with more devotion, more dedication to achieve organizational goals. So remember, always be proactive and always think for win-win situation. Yes, ma'am. With this, we come up with habit number 5. Now, this habit number 5 is somewhere very much important, is related to Daniel Goleman's concept of emotional intelligence. Seek first to understand then to be understood. झगड़ा हो जाता है तो हम क्या बोलते हैं, मुझे सुनो, तुमने गलती की, yeah, right? In an organization it is obvious that when we are working with team, when we have even a small team, we may have difference of opinions, but they should never ever be they should never ever work as a obstacle either for your development or for the institutional development. At the same time, have a open heart, have a heart where you have courage to forgive. So trained, what has happened since childhood. There are so many events that are organized for us, or we organize rather as teachers, so many events for our students. So English teachers will definitely agree with me that we all conduct elocution competitions, extempore competitions, and many other. Why? Because we want to teach students to be good speakers. So if they join a course where they want to enhance their English ability, or English speaking ability, we say spoken English course, means somewhere we are emphasizing on speaking ability. But what about listening ability? Isn't that important? That is important as an individual also, and that is important as an employee also. As a teacher, though, it is most important, because children are going to come to you with a lot of problems. And if you are a good listener, trust me, you can be the best teacher. Because if you are paying attention and listening to their problem, then only you are going to give them good solutions. So even if you don't give solution, trust me, even if you don't give solution, you only listen to them attentively, you are doing a good job. Why? Because you are giving your valuable time to them. So this particular habit says that, instead of you putting up your point, how you are right and how the other person is wrong, try to develop your patience and try to understand, why that person has done some kind of behavior which you may not have liked. Okay. I never say, or we never should say rather, that people should control their emotions. No. Why are we saying people should control their emotions? Emotion is not a thing which should be controlled, but emotions should be managed. You should know how to manage your emotions. That is why we say, when we are coming to the office, we need to, or to the school or to the college, we need to keep our personal baggage or emotional baggage outside. And when we are, at home, we need to keep all office stuff at home, right? Why are we saying this? Even if we are at a very at a stage where we are हमारा mood बहुत ज़्यादा खराब है, but if I have a lecture, I'll see to it. If I have a session, if I have a lecture, I will see to it that I manage my emotions and I take the best of lecture for my students. So what is this? This is not controlling the emotions. This is managing the emotions. So we should know how to manage the emotions. And as I said, listen to your students, listen to your colleagues when they come up to you with something. Why? Because then you can develop a strong bond with your students as well as with your colleagues. Okay, and once you develop that bond, then you are actually connected with your students and with your colleagues. Yes, ma'am. This is the sixth habit that talks about synergy. Now, what is this synergy? Synergy says that though things are different, but then we need to respect the diversity. See, look, a very simple example. The fingers of our hand, they are so diverse, they are so different. But when they come together, right, we can when they are together, we can write even a creative article, a creative poem out of it, isn't it? So though they are different, when they come together, they form or they indicate unity. So even in our classroom, there will be different children with different talent. Some of them may be good with music, some of them may be good with sports, some of the students may be good with academics. So what is our role? Our role is to recognize, to understand their diversity, and what we can do is we can create groups in a class. A kind of peer learning also is, it's very effective nowadays, wherein they sit together. We have diverse groups in a class, and instead of you teaching only through lecture method or through one way, you can have group learnings, and cooperative strategies or cooperative learning method has proved to be more successful than students learning individually. So have diverse group, let them learn. And this is for leaders also. Whenever you are creating a team for any event, see to it that the next time you are not repeating the same team. Okay, you yourself also as a teacher understand that, have work with different people. Why? Because once you start working with everybody, you start respecting their diversities, you start understanding them, and that will help you to be a good team member. That will make you more acceptable also, and you will also start accepting their common things and the differences as well. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Yes, this is the seventh habit, and this is for teachers. I personally feel is most important, and I think that is the reason why we all have gathered here also. Sharpening the saw. What is sharpening the saw? See, the education system that we had 10 years before, I'm not say 5 years before, is there is a lot of evolution that has happened in that. The kind of methodologies that we were trained when we were doing our B.Ed, and the kind of lesson plans or methodologies that we are teaching to our students is completely different. Now things are changing. How many, we need to have a goal as an individual. I'm telling you, how many of you have an individual goals where you have written how many courses you are going to do, how you are going to sharpen your skill, what exactly you are going to do this year. For example, if I take an example, let me take my own example. I have written, for example, that this year I'll be completing my MBA. I will be enrolling for my second PhD, and I'll be completing 2 massive open online courses, that is MOOC, and I'll be completing 1 FDP, and I'll be writing 1 book. So these are only academic related goals. Similarly, you can have your personal goals for your family well-being. Okay, so what I am trying to say is have clear-cut goals for your development. Why? Because gone are the days when we were working only because we were doing job. No, now teaching is looked upon as a profession, and your job is not a job. Your job is a career, and there are a lot of career opportunities in teaching profession, but it demands a lot of pain. Why I'm saying pain? Because you will have to sacrifice, you will have to compromise a lot of your family time, comfort time, and you will have to come out of your comfort zone to sharpen your saw. Now, when I'm talking about sharpening the saw, I'm focusing on all the domains. I'm not just telling only about the academic goals or the career goals that you want to achieve, because then it will be a lopsided development, and lopsided development is of no use. So what we need to do? So if I say physical fitness, go for a walk. आपको जिसके साथ अच्छा लगता है उसके साथ वॉक पे जाइए. अकेले अच्छा लगता है, हेडफोन लगाइए, गाने सुनिए, जैसा अच्छा लगता है कीजिए. So physical fitness doesn't mean you have to register yourself and you have to go to a gym only. You can do simple exercises at home, and you can also have a physical fitness by eating right food, and that too on time. Because many times, especially female teachers, we sacrifice one very important component, that is breakfast. Because there is no time to have breakfast. We prepare breakfast, but we don't eat our own breakfast prepared by us. Why? Because there is no time, there is a lot of work to do, and that's the biggest mistake that we do. So eat on time, eat healthy, stay strong. Because only when we are physically fit, we can work, isn't it? We have to be mentally strong as well. If some of you have attended resilience session, you all must be aware that how important mental well-being is. Here I will only say that when I'm talking about mental well-being here, I say you can read. But what kind of books? So if you say, many of the teachers say, I don't like reading, it's okay. But then you can choose for audiobooks. If you don't write, if you don't like to, have a book in your hand, so you can go for audiobooks. You can write, whatever in what if it interests you. So read the kind of books that you love to read. Write what you like to write. Or but always evolve yourself. Okay, find out different ways of teaching. Right now, there are 5E model has come, for example, or flip strategy is very much in demand to make students self learners. So read about it so that you will get to know how you can implement it in your classroom. When I talk about emotional well-being, have friends, have party with them. Who says you're a teacher so you cannot go out, you cannot have fun? Have fun with your kids. Go out, go, what आपको जिस चीज से खुशी मिलती है, जिससे हैप्पीनेस मिलती है, वो सारी चीजें कीजिए. But remember, not at the cost of your health. Take care of your health, because once you are fit, you can do everything possible. So with this habit, I would like to tell you all once again that never ever think you, if you have I have an experience of 10-20 years, so it is enough and I don't want to participate in anything. No, there is always an opportunity for improvement, and there is always a scope that you can become the best version of yourself. So keep on learning whatever comes in front of you. Take whatever is good and leave whatever you think it's not worth. No, it's not worth. Okay, I hope 7 habits are clear to everybody. If yes, you can write down yes in the chat box, so I will get a clear cut communication from your side also. These are some of the quotes that I have written in the book, and I think they are very much applicable to today's session. It says, challenge yourself. So this is one of my favorite quote, which says, stretch yourself a little more, come out of your comfort zone, challenge your limits, and become the person you wish. You really, trust me, you really, if you're thinking that you can become, you can have your own school after 10 years, if you're thinking you can become the vice chancellor of a university, you can. The only thing is you need to dare to dream, and you need to have a concrete plan of action to achieve that. Maybe after 10 years, maybe it will take little extra. Maybe you may not become the vice chancellor, but the kind of satisfaction that you will get after taking those plan of action is going to give you a happiness feeling. एंड देखो, हम जब फ्लैट लेते हैं, घर लेते हैं, बंगलो लेते हैं, कुछ भी आप खरीदते हैं, इफ यू बाय अ व्हीकल, यू हैव टू पे मेंटेनेंस, नो? So why not to invest on ourselves, right? We have to invest on ourselves also. Then only we can become the best version of ourselves. So we generally invest on assets that gives us good returns. Investing of oneself is ignored. But trust me, it can give us the best in turn. So start investing in yourself. Let's go ahead, ma'am. There is a video now. You can share that video, ma'am. Okay, when ma'am is sharing the video, what I want everybody to do is, I want everybody to write down just one simple takeaway that you have taken from today's session. Just a single takeaway that you feel, yeah, this is the takeaway for the day for me.
Raviraj sir, please present the video.
Yes, I will do.
Raviraj sir, you are not presenting, I think.
Yes, presenting.
Yes. So Priti ma'am, good to see the takeaways from everyone.
Yeah, even beautiful takeaways.
Preeti ma'am, before Raviraj sir presents, I would really thank you. It was a lovely and informative session. I'm sure we all educators are charged to inculcate the learnings. I would really like to thank you once again for the 7 habits and especially for the seventh habit, which I really liked it. You know, that was very, very good. That was very good, Preeti ma'am. And I would like to thank all the educators on behalf of GEG Nashik team. Thank you everyone for joining and listening to the wonderful session which was shared by Preeti ma'am. Thank you, Preeti ma'am.
So let's watch the video now.
Yes. Yes, Raviraj sir.
गुरुर्देवो महेश्वर गुरु साक्षात परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। जो ईश्वर के प्रति महान है ऐसे गुरुओं को मेरा प्रणाम है। जो माता पिता के समान है ऐसे गुरुओं को मेरा दिल से सलाम। हमें जिंदगी में ज्ञान और मूल्य दोनों ही देते हैं। हमारे गुरु हमें जिंदगी ठीक से जीने का कौशल्य भी देते हैं। खुद जलकर अपनी रोशनी से हम सभी की जिंदगियां जगमगाते हैं। खुद जलकर अपनी रोशनी से हम सभी की जिंदगियां जगमगाते हैं। हमारे गुरु हमें निस्वार्थ कैसे जीना है ये अपने कर्मों से सिखाते हैं। ये अपने कर्मों से सिखाते हैं। कभी हाथ पकड़कर, कभी पीठ थपथपाकर, कभी तारीफ करके तो कभी मुस्कुराकर उन्होंने हमेशा ही हमारे हौसले को बढ़ाया है। वो गुरु ही तो है जिन्होंने माता पिता के समान हमारी सफलता पर जश्न मनाया है। जो ईश्वर के प्रति महान है ऐसे गुरुओं को मेरा प्रणाम है। जो माता पिता के समान है ऐसे गुरुओं को मेरा दिल से सलाम। डांट फटकार कर हमें सही रास्ते पर लाया है। डांट फटकार कर हमें सही रास्ते पर लाया है। होमवर्क न करने पर बड़ी आंखों से गुस्सा भी दिखाया। कठोर परिश्रम हम सभी विद्यार्थियों से खूब कराया है। कठोर परिश्रम हम सभी विद्यार्थियों से खूब कराया है। कभी शिक्षक बन तो कभी दोस्त बन, जिंदगी में यही काम आएगा। ये बार बार समझाया है, ये बार बार समझाया है। रात भर माता पिता समान हमारे लिए वो भी जगह है। रात भर माता पिता समान हमारे लिए वो भी जगह है। हम परीक्षा में अच्छा करें इसीलिए कई किताबें और नोट्स उन्होंने ही हमें दिए हैं। नोट्स उन्होंने ही हमें रिजल्ट के पहले जितनी उत्सुकता विद्यार्थियों को होती है उससे कहीं ज्यादा उत्सुकता गुरुओं को होती है।
Okay. Wonderful video, Preeti ma'am.
Ma'am, really learned so many things और ये भी बहुत अच्छा था, बहुत अच्छा था. Now there's just one message which I want to give to all the educators present over here. That is, you can connect with GEG Nashik, which is really coming up like through various social media handles like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook page. We invite you, dear educators, to like our Facebook webpage and support us, where you'll get updates about our upcoming sessions. You can also visit our GEG Nashik website. You can be a member of GEG Nashik team. Really, we would love to see you all joining Nashik team by filling the membership form, which will be shared by Jayashree ma'am in the chat box. Please, teachers, those who are interested can please fill in.
Yes, ma'am. I have added all the links through which all educators can connect with us. And we are really grateful and thankful to Preeti ma'am for taking a wonderful session.
And
Thank
really,
you, Jayashree ma'am.
sparing your valuable time, Preeti ma'am, out of all, really sparing your time out of your busy schedule was really, we are grateful to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jayashree ma'am. I also would like to thank Seema ma'am.
Most
Thank you,
welcome,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank
Most
you so
welcome.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear.